readings will now be given by Fairley from Maryland.
The Holy Bible. Psalms. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. Isaiah. I will mention the loving kindnesses of the Lord and the praises of the Lord according to all that the Lord hath bestowed on us, and the great goodness toward the house of Israel, which he hath bestowed on them according to his mercies, and according to the multitude of his loving kindnesses. 2 Samuel. David said, Is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake? And there was of the house of Saul a servant whose name was Ziba. And when they had called him unto David, the king said unto him, Art thou Ziba? And he said, Thy servant is he. And the king said, Is there not yet any of the house of Saul, that I may show the kindness of God unto him? And Ziba said unto the king, Jonathan hath yet a son, which is lame on his feet. And the king said unto him, Where is he? And Ziba said unto the king, Behold, he is in the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, in Lo-debar. Then King David sent and fetched him out of the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, from Lo-debar. Now when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come unto David, he fell on his face and did reverence. And David said, Mephibosheth. And he answered, Behold thy servant. And David said unto him, Fear not, for I will surely show thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of Saul thy father. And thou shalt eat bread at my table continually. And he bowed himself and said, What is thy servant, that thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am? Then the king called to Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertained to Saul and to all his house. Thou, therefore, and thy sons and thy servants shalt till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in the fruits, that thy master's son may have food to eat. But Mephibosheth, thy master's son, shall eat bread always at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then said Ziba unto the king, According to all that my lord the king hath commanded his servant, so shall thy servant do. As for Mephibosheth, said the king, he shall eat at my table as one of the king's sons. And Mephibosheth had a young son whose name was Micah. And all that dwelt in the house of Ziba were servants unto Mephibosheth. So Mephibosheth dwelt in Jerusalem, for he did eat continually at the king's table, and was lame on both his feet. Ephesians. Be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake hath forgiven you. correlative passages from Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures, and prose works by Mary Baker Eddy. Tenderness accompanies all the might imparted by Spirit. The individuality created by God is not carnivorous, as witnessed the millennial estate pictured by Isaiah. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. Love cannot be a mere abstraction or goodness without activity and power. As a human quality, the glorious significance of affection is more than words. It is the tender, unselfish deed done in secret, the silent, ceaseless prayer, the self-forgetful heart that overflows, the veiled form stealing on an errand of mercy out of a side door, the little feet tripping along the sidewalk, the gentle hand opening the door that turns toward want and woe, sickness and sorrow, and thus lighting the dark places of earth. Wise sayings and garrulous talk may fall to the ground rather than on the ear or heart of the hearer. But a tender sentiment felt, or a kind word spoken at the right moment, is never wasted. Mortal mind presents phases of character which need close attention and examination. The human heart, like a feather bed, needs often to be stirred, sometimes roughly, and given a variety of turns, else it grows hard and uncomfortable whereon to repose. A little more grace, a motive made pure, a few truths tenderly told, a heart softened, a character subdued, a life consecrated, would restore the right action of the mental mechanism and make manifest the movement of body and soul in accord with God. Oh, may the love that is talked be felt and so lived that when weighed in the scale of God, we be not found wanting. Love is consistent, uniform, sympathetic, self-sacrificing, unutterably kind. Even that which lays all upon the altar and speechless and alone bears all burdens, suffers all inflictions, endures all piercing for the sake of others and for the kingdom of heaven's sake. Beloved students, Christ is meekness and truth enthroned. Put on the robes of Christ, and you will be lifted up and will draw all men unto you. The little fishes in my fountain must have felt me when I stood silently beside it, for they came out in orderly line to the rim where I stood. Then I fed these sweet little thoughts that, not fearing me, sought their food of me. God has called you to be a fisher of men. It is not a stern, but a loving look which brings forth mankind to receive your bestowal. Not so much eloquence as tender persuasion that takes away their fear, for it is love alone that feeds them. Do you come to your little flock so filled with divine food that you cast your bread upon the waters? Then be sure that after many or a few days, it will return to you. The little that I have accomplished has all been done through love, self-forgetful, patient, unfaltering tenderness. Is there more than one Christ? And hath Christ a second appearing? There is but one Christ, and from everlasting to everlasting, this Christ is never absent. In doubt and darkness, we say, as did Mary of old, I know not where they have laid him. But when we behold the Christ walking the wave of earth's troubled sea, like Peter, we believe in the second coming and would walk more closely with Christ, but find ourselves so far from the embodiment of truth that oftentimes this attempt measurably fails, and we cry, save or I perish. Then the tender, loving Christ is found near, affords help, and we are saved from our fears. Thus it is we walk here below and wait for the full appearing of Christ till the long night is past and the morning dawns on eternal day. Then, if sin and flesh are put off, we shall know and behold more nearly the embodied Christ, and with saints and angels shall be satisfied to go on till we awake in his likeness. And o'er earth's troubled, angry sea, I see Christ walk and come to me and tenderly, divinely talk.